Now, moms, I want to share a few different parenting resources that I've gathered together for the month of June. So you might just want to plug in your earbuds for this or pause and listen to it when little ears aren't around, because we're going to just talk about a few particulars that are really, really important to know during this month. Now, I'm sure you enjoyed listening to my interview with Layla Miller, the author of Raising Chaste Catholic Boys, a few weeks ago. So I'm back to talk about another one of her books that I think every parent needs to have, especially during the month of June. Along with Trent Horn, Layla Miller has authored a book called Made This Way: How to Prepare Kids to Face Today's Tough Moral Issues. Now, during this month, there's going to be a lot of marketing, a lot of images, a lot of things going on talking about gender and sexuality that we want our kids to understand the Catholic worldview of. This is an intense month for Catholic parents, so we have to be equipped to be able to talk about these topics with our kids, even if they're young. Now, the reason why I love Made This Way is because it goes through a bunch of 10 hot button topics that are right now being talked about, and it also presents how to talk about these with kids in two different stages. One, when they're young, which Layla Miller is great about. I know in her interview that I did with her a few weeks ago, she had some great tips for talking about issues with kids when they're young. But then also with Trent Horn's amazing apologetics research, he has presented how to also talk about this with teens, because there's two different ways to talk about this. One when they're young without hurting their innocence, and one when they're older when they need some real facts and information. So here are some of the topics that are inside Made This Way. It covers contraception, abortion, pornography, transgenderism, gay marriage, so many other ones. When I read this book, I really felt confident, like I as a parent had what I needed to be able to talk about this with my daughter, because these topics are being talked about everywhere, especially during the month of June. Now, there are two other sets of books that I also think are helpful. You may have heard about the Good Pictures, Bad Pictures books. I may have mentioned them before on the show. These books, the Good Pictures, Bad Pictures, and Good Pictures, Bad Pictures Junior, for the younger kids, are perfect ways for you to talk to your kids about pornography in a gentle way without actually ever using the word pornography. Now, this natural and comfortable way is through a picture book. It's newly revised so that it helps with these daunting discussions and provides an action plan if kids come across a bad picture. So it helps them recognize what a bad picture is without ever using the word pornography. So don't worry about scandalizing your young children. It just talks in a very straightforward way about what bad pictures could involve and how they could make you feel. Then it gives steps for what children should do if they see a bad picture. Most children who get sucked into pornography, they just don't even know what they're looking at and how to handle it because it's way too big of an issue for them. This gives them action steps, so when they see a bad picture, they know exactly what to do. So these are the Good Pictures, Bad Pictures books that we have over at Holy Heroes. I will make sure that and Made This Way are both linked at holyheroesfund.com. Now, another set of books that we just added to the website are board books. So these are for your very youngest kids, and these are incredibly gentle. These books are called A Boy is a Boy and a Girl is a Girl. And the focus of these two books is to instill in your smallest children the belief that their creation is intentional. These books focus on all the different things that you can be interested and like to do as a little boy and as a little girl. And these books celebrate how each boy and each girl are precious and unique in God's eyes, no matter what, and that this was an intentionally created person, so that while emotions are fleeting, God's love is eternal, and it provides inherent dignity and worth. Here's just a little phrase that I love from this little board book. Feelings change, they come and go, but something he will always know is that God loves the boy he is and the boy he will be as long as he lives. Sometimes it can feel really intimidating to talk about some of these tough topics with kids. These little board books are a really sweet way to start the conversation about the intentionality of being born a boy or a girl, and just, again, a really sweet way. Then when they're a little older, you can start on the Good Pictures, Bad Pictures to, equip them for the worlds we live in today in a really comfortable, confident, and not a scary, intimidating way. That conversation will just naturally then help you lead into what you have learned by reading Made This Way. Again, that is a chapter book with 10 hot button moral issues, and Layla Miller and Trent Horn will equip you about how to talk about these issues with both young children and with teens. I know I've covered a lot of different resources today, so I'm going to make sure all of these books are linked over at holyheroesfund.com. Again, all of these books, Made This Way, Good Pictures, Bad Pictures, and A Boy is a Boy, A Girl is a Girl, will all be linked over at holyheroesfund.com. This is the month of the Sacred Heart, so Sacred Heart of Jesus, have mercy on us.